Hi, guys. You know, for a country that couldn't shut up about how much they loved Hamilton, you all seem pretty confused about how America got to where it is today. I did the right thing. I voted early. Every state, every news channel, every politician encouraged all of us, regardless of political party or credits on IMDb, to get out there and vote early. And even with all that, John Early was not elected president. Democracy is a lie. What was that? Well, then what did they mean by early? Americans are fun. The world is quite literally burning, and all Gen Z can manage is holding celebrity look-alike contests. Boomers and Gen X are right. No generation has worked harder than they do to avoid responsibility for the world they created. It really is a full-time job, but great benefits. I love blaming other people for my problems. It's so convenient. And for a country that prides itself on escaping a monarchy, convenience really is king. This has never been more apparent than in the unraveling of 2024. This year alone, Amazon is projected to net $51 billion by the end of the fourth quarter. You ever notice how corporations use sports terms like quarter and net? It's almost like they're playing a game with us. According to Merriam-Webster, I loved her on Nurse Jackie, convenience is by definition something with little effort or difficulty, kind of like being on season 21 of Grey's Anatomy. Convenience has been feverishly applied to every aspect of American life under the guise of saving time, but I believe good things take time. For instance, I had to wait 2 whole minutes for ChatGPT to create this image of Ariana Grande. And it was worth every second. America needs conveniences the way Nicole Kidman needs wigs, which is to say, we would not work without them. Most Americans utilize modern conveniences to free up more time to do the things they love, like staring at their phones. But convenience, in my opinion, is America's Achilles heel. Let's go back in time, long, long ago, when rom-coms were unapologetically sexist, and the only conspiracy theories were about what was eating Gilbert Grape. The 90s. The 1990s brought computers and the convenience of the internet to the forefront of American life. In 1991, the World Wide Web project was the only operating website on the internet. But by the end of the 90s, 17 million websites were active. For the first time ever, the world was quite literally at our fingertips. And our fingertips were in our wallets. With the world's riches on display from inside our reasonably priced homes, America entered the gimme era. And the free market was happy to oblige. Convenience for consumers skyrocketed. Apparel, drug, home, hardware, grocery, hotel, and fast food industries began a rapid expansion that saw brick-and-mortar locations octuple by 2000. It was clear America wanted everything, everywhere, all at once. And by God, they were going to get it. According to IBIS World, which conducts industry market research, there are 3.2 million retail businesses operating in the US as of 2024. And that's roughly 33 times the number of public schools in America. That is a lot of convenience, which is actually pretty inconvenient, considering that having too many options makes it nearly impossible for the human brain to process and evaluate accurately. If only there were more ways to teach that to the public. We've been sold the idea that the opposite of convenience is inconvenience, but it's not. Convenience is taking a neutral act and making it easier to execute, like holding up cue cards for an actress. Inconvenience takes that same neutral act, but persuades you into believing that it's actually a problem, like telling an actress she has to learn her lines. Now, viewing neutral acts in this way makes everything inconvenient, which then allows everything to be sold back to you in a convenient way. So, as inconvenient as it is, inconvenience isn't actually real. The concept of inconvenience is the second most successful marketing campaign in our modern world. The first, of course, being John Krasinski's PR team landing him People's Sexiest Man Alive of 2024. And we wonder why people don't trust the media. Now, I'm not saying that all convenience is bad. I'm just saying that it's ruining America. In fact, the reverse Flynn effect has documented that the average IQ of Americans has been steadily declining every year since the early 1990s. I hate to say it. But the rise of convenience is intrinsically linked to the fall of intelligence. And one of the most detrimental impacts of convenience in America has been to civic engagement. And no, I'm not talking about being proposed to in a Honda. Although, that is about the level of preparation and thoughtfulness being put into America's future right now. Convenience in civic engagement is America's way of boiling down political and social movements to their most rudimentary form. More simply put, me good, you bad. America has a rich history of weaponizing our moral compasses, which is why we'll never get a sequel to White Chicks. But the truth is, me good and you bad doesn't actually make me life any easier. It only results in higher levels of conflict, pitting me against you, even if we actually have more in common than not. America loves this kind of binary, but not bisexuals. Don't get it twisted. So what is a binary? Well, a binary has two parts, each opposing in nature, and America is full of them. We've already established me good, you bad, but there's also me smart, you stupid, me saint, you sinner, me work, you mooch, me hot, you not. And of course, America's oldest binary, me white, you get out. Trust me, I've tried. Humans are hardwired to take the path of least resistance, and binaries are an exceptionally convenient way of engaging the lowest common denominator in political discourse. They're clear, concise, and require less than a 7th grade reading level, which is great, because that's the national average for reading comprehension. Whatever that means. Now you might be saying to yourself, hey, I'm a college-educated coastal elite that does not subscribe to the convenience of a rudimentary binary. And you're right. Your big brain understands that life is more complex. Well then, you subscribe to the convenience of the spectrum. Cool your jets, I'm not calling you gay and autistic. Although, if you're watching this, I'm referring to the convenience of the spectrum of information. The technological advancements of the past 30 years have brought with it access to endless opinions, facts, fictions, and theologies. The world is our oyster, but oysters, depending on where they come from and how long they've been sitting around, can make you very, very sick. And because of this, a life-threatening condition has swept our spectrum-loving coastal elites, an illness called awareness. Now, as an actress, I've never encountered this word before, but apparently it means knowing that something is happening or exists. Ugh. Sounds awful. This access to excess creates a false narrative that we're aware, that we've done our due diligence, and therefore, what our meat computers have been able to surmise from it all must be true. As a result, the public square now exists almost exclusively in our own minds. So, on one hand, we have the binary, which is about as complex as Keanu Reeves' acting. And on the other, we have the spectrum, which looks a lot more like Meryl Streep's.
We should scream and beat our breasts and tear our hair. Don't you feel angry?
She gets hired because you know she has exactly what you're looking for. But no matter what side you're on, it's impossible to deny. Americans are prisoners of convenience. And we have all dropped the soap.